You thought Father's Day was gonna be all ties, barbecues, heartfelt posts, and ugly sweater dads. Think again, because Father's Day 2025 didn't just trend, it exploded. At the heart of it all, Remy Ma and Papoose. A couple who once embodied ride or die black love, now front and center in a moment so emotionally raw, it broke the internet. See, while Remy was out there using the word ashamed like a skincare step, dropping half-glossy, vague, but shade-laden podcast quotes, Papoose was quietly assembling one of the most powerful public reunions of his life. A reunion that would rally millions online, reframe conversations around masculinity and trans identity, and leave Remy's carefully built brand in wreckage. In this video, we're unpacking why this Father's Day became an earth-shattering statement, how Remy's words planted the seeds of backlash, why Papoose's silence amplified the tension, and how his public embrace of his trans son rewrote hip-hop, fatherhood, and cultural strength all in one moment. Let's rewind to a few months ago. Remy Ma is rolling up on a high-profile podcast. Sunshades on indoors, nails done, dripping in designer, but her tone? Cool, aloof, calculated. When the host asked about family, social media, and authenticity, Remy paused and dropped this gem. I think people be performative. Like, some stuff ain't for the timeline. Not everybody's ready to show the things they ain't proud of. It felt like casual commentary until social media turned sideways in 2 seconds flat. Within an hour, that clip had been turned into 1,000 tweets. Fans dug up love and hip-hop interviews where the couple avoided emotional questions, old Instagram posts scrubbed of family pics, even cryptic offhand remarks from distant relatives. The theory went viral. Remy was throwing shade at Papoose's trans son, saying she wasn't ready or proud to share him publicly. And when you combine the terms Remy Ma, ashamed, and on the timeline, things get messy fast. The backlash hit like a wrecking ball. Social commentators, Twitter users, and LGBTQ+ advocates went off. So she's proud of everything except her kid. You glorify jail time, but you can't glam your family. The emotional angle? Unforgivable. The message? Clear. People felt deeply betrayed. But here's the thing, Remy pulled a classic PR move. Silence. No apology statement. No Instagram stories to clarify. Nothing. Just the vibe of, move along. And silence in this situation. It's louder than answers. It almost screams, I'm unapologetic. Or worse, I want to keep something hidden. Either way, the whisper campaign went nuclear. And while the Twitter mobs raged and the hashtags lit up, Papoose said exactly nothing. No supportive tweet, no subtly ambiguous IG story, no message of encouragement. Just the kind of absolute silence that gave people room to imagine and project. Was he in agreement with Remy? Was he supporting the shade? Did he just not want to get involved? Maybe he was hurt, maybe he was processing, or maybe he was just planning something bigger. People online felt it. Anticipation grew. Reporters circled. The narrative hung in the air. The man known for his loyalty and quiet strength was watching family be thrown under the bus and not saying a thing. A public figure staying silent in controversy leads the controversy. And in this case, it fueled speculation storms. Of course, part of that speculation was hope. Hope that Papoose was actually preparing a powerful response. Maybe he was saving the moment. But if he was, it came as a shock to everyone, especially on Father's Day itself. Now let's set the scene. It's June 15, 2025. A community center in Harlem decked out for a low-key celebration of Black fathers. Nothing flashy, nothing invited. Until it was. Out walks Papoose, hand in hand with a young man in a fitted suit, his trans son. At the mic, the crowd stills. Papoose's voice cracks. This is my child. I was never ashamed. I was just late, but I'm here now. Pause. If you've ever needed the emotional equivalent of a mic drop, this was it. That moment caught on a shaky phone camera went from 87 views to 1.7 million within hours. But then, a high-definition version leaked. Full sound. Every word. And what played out was breathtaking. We saw Papoose on stage, community around him erupting in applause. We saw him wiping tears, speaking about identity, fatherhood, forgiveness. You heard the raw emotion. No edits, no filter, no brand wrapper. The internet reaction. Legendary. Tweets poured out faster than wildfire. This is fatherhood. Papoose did what most men in his position never do. Not even Remy Ma can block this entire show. TikTok creators remixed, stitched, and added emotional soundtracks. Instagram Reels loaded their sticky pages. Every morning, your feed was reminders. Have you seen the Father's Day speech? And in the glow of that spotlight, Remy disappeared. Her socials went dark for 24 hours, and that darkness made people nervous, because a public figure suddenly invisible makes people ask, what's wrong? Meanwhile, Remy Ma dropped off every platform. No stories, no tweets, no brand collabs, no comments. Zilch. But her silence did speak. People buzzed. Did she unfollow him? Did she untag family from her pages? The rumor mill hit full speed. Comment sections on related posts. Brutal. Headline quotes like, "Guess we know why she stayed home." Denied her child, shown up on Father's Day. Cancelled. Some fans even did us the favor of pulling receipts, old comments, shout-outs from other artists, moments when Remy seemingly cut him off mid-sentence. Clips of love and hip-hop where emotion surfaced, but she smirked it away like a bad TikTok trend. They all resurfaced, with clown face emojis running the comment threads. The narrative pivoted fast. Remy was no longer just out of pocket, she became the problem. And fans weren't just upset, they were moving. Unfollows cracked triple digits. Fan pages went dormant. Even Black love influencers rebranded overnight. Let's pause and break this down, because this moment, it was more than a viral moment, it changed the rules. Think about it. Hip-hop masculinity, especially around fatherhood, has historically demanded strength, stoicism, silence, even in private matters. The expectation was stay silent, don't cry, don't discuss emotion publicly. But here, Papoose broke the mold. In front of community, family, cameras, he said, "I am here and not hiding." And he followed through. That was revolutionary. And it wasn't just about the personal conflict, it became social commentary. Papoose's message resonated far beyond Harlem. Celebrities reposted. Advocates championed the courage. Conservative commentators debated the worth of public fatherhood. And LGBTQ+ groups praised the message loud and proud. Trans children deserve visibility, even from their parents. It moved from gossip into cultural impact. And in that context, Remy Ma. Her brand, built on control and image, fell apart under that defining moment of truth. You can build brands on strength, but what happens when your reality doesn't match your narrative? Still think this was just a viral speech. Plot twist, there was more. A second camera caught a backstage moment. You don't see it, but you hear it. Papoose, off camera, says, "I kept quiet long enough, but I'm done protecting people who don't protect what matters." Not a diss, this was a dagger. That voice, calm but unapologetic, sent chills. Because it wasn't about gossip, it was judgment. Public accountability. He said it plainly, "I'm done protecting people." And we all knew who he meant. This wasn't rumor, it was fact, and it hit hard. After that, people began to unearth more clips. Times Remy interrupted him. Times she brushed him off. Interviews where she avoided tough conversation. All of it resurfaced with fresh eyes. And the internet asked, was this always the plan? So where does that leave us now? Father's Day 2025 didn't just belong to Remy or Papoose, it belongs to all of us who witnessed something rare. A trans child embraced, a father shedding pride to speak truth, and a cultural moment that hiccuped entire narratives. This wasn't PR. This wasn't a stunt. It was history. Remy Ma's silent empire of Black love lies rattled, built on rhetoric that suddenly rang hollow. Meanwhile, Papoose built something on truth, and people noticed. In hip-hop, it was always bars and beef. This time, it was love and truth. And as the dust settles, one thing's clear. This angle doesn't fade. We're watching the rise of a new era in fatherhood, masculinity, and acceptance. And it all started with one speech. But we're not done, because the next chapter is unfolding. Will Remy Ma speak up, apologize, double down? Brand partners will decide whether her image is salvageable. Papoose's career slate may now blend activism with authenticity, and the broader conversation around fatherhood and queer identity in hip-hop. That's only beginning. So here's the question, what do you think? Should Remy clarify or fade further? Does Papoose's moment rewrite how we see masculinity? Could this spark real change in hip-hop culture? Drop your comments, be respectful, be real. We're community spilling, not cancel spilling. And if you had already, like, subscribe, Hit the bell for updates on this story, plus our next viral breakdown.